Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Club of the Man 1993's live review of SmackDown Live from May 8th, 2018, which, as always, is considered Rusev Day. Guys, what is going on? Yes, it is indeed Rusev Day because I am in a pretty darn good mood because I just saw a pretty darn good show for the first time in WWE this week. This is, of course, the Club of the Man 1993. And this, of course, right below me on my chest is CM Punk. Yes, I'm wearing my CM Punk shirt today, guys. Well, one of three I have. But yes, this is my live review of SmackDown Live, the May 8th, 2018 edition of SmackDown Live that took place just about 4 hours south of me in Baltimore, Maryland. And, of course, when we take a look back at everything that happened on the show, we had some Money in the Bank qualifying matches, a couple other little odds and ends to take care of also. Man, overall, was this show blow Backlash and Raw combined out of the water compared to what we got last night with just, which last night's Raw had some decent moments, but, of course, a lot of their stuff was just garbage and just messy, and then we all know how bad Backlash was. But overall, I thought SmackDown Live hit it on a good level tonight. There were definitely a few superstars that didn't show up tonight, like Big Ass Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, no Usos, or a few others. Well, Usos didn't really expect because of, they're kind of out of tag title picture for now. Sorry about this little dark spot here. I got a cut underneath my my lip from shaving. But yeah, I think overall, pretty good show tonight. I don't really have that much to really complain about. Most of the stuff we got was at least decent to good. There's some storyline progression, and we're starting to plant the seeds for Money in the Bank, and I can't really complain much about the show. Now, I've been getting some remarks lately apparently that I'm pretty entertaining when I rant. Well, unfortunately, I don't have anything to rant about for this live review because I was pretty pleased with what we got on tonight's episode of SmackDown Live. So without further ado, let's get right into it. First, live chat. Who do we got here? We got Dakota. What's up? Saying what's up. The Miz won clean. He thought it was bullcrap. I mean, I was okay with it. I mean, I was actually that was the first thing. Well, first before we get to that match, and we got Lauren also in the live chat. What's up, Lauren? But yeah, so anyway, so let's get started though with this review again. Stuff. Man, tongue twist. I'm excited to talk about this review because this show is actually good tonight, and I'm gonna be. That's why I started. I was singing and imitating Aiden English because I'm in a good mood and I'm ready to roll now. And we got Dakota and Lauren in the live chat. Hopefully, a few others are gonna come by also. So we're gonna have some fun tonight in this next 45 minutes to an hour, however long this review is. I do not care. This is gonna be fun. Let's do this. So the show opened up with, it was announced on Twitter last night that Paige was going to be kicking off the show tonight. And of course, just to point out again that, the next pay-per-view is co-branded with Money in the Bank, which, no offense, they don't need to, remind us that every single time. We know that the pay-per-views are co-branded going forward. Heck, at the end of the year, they'll be still saying our next co-branded pay-per-view is our next co-branded pay-per-view. You know what? Make it the drinking game. Or, just some other little game to play to, just to emphasize how many times they say this is a co-branded pay-per-view. But anyways, let's talk about this promo that Paige cut. She recounts the highlights, including Daniel Bryan's first singles match on his comeback, Carmella beating Charlotte, the WWE Championship situation with AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura that we'll hear from both men tonight. And she pretty much says that, she pretty much put over saying Backlash was a success. So I'm like, Paige, I love you, but no offense, Backlash was not a success at all whatsoever. It sucked. But anyways, getting on though with that, she has talked about Money in the Bank, saying that they're going to be having two ladder matches, one for the men and one for the women, with people from both brands competing in both. We heard last night, whoever wins takes the contract back to their brand. So she needs the best that SmackDown Live has to offer. So she announces the qualifying matches. And the first match we had was a match between the United States champion, Jeff Hardy, and The Miz. And very good match, I thought, definitely. I definitely wasn't as good as, Rollins and Miz from Backlash on Sunday. But I definitely thought it was a lot of really good back and forth action going on between there. Miz, was by himself though, but of course Miz, trying to outsmart Jeff Hardy and falling off of trying to do the Swanton Bomb. The Miz rolled up Jeff Hardy to get the victory. So I thought that maybe they'll keep the U.S. title. Since a lot of people have been saying there's rumors of Jeff Hardy winning Money in the Bank, which I'm cool with it. Whether he still had the U.S. title or not, because as I said before, the Miz was able to still be Mr. Money in the Bank with the U.S. title in 2010. So I wouldn't have minded either one of these guys winning. But this is the prize. Miz snuck away with a victory on the roll up, and he's going to be going on to the Money in the Bank ladder match. So far, after this match, we have Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and The Miz so far in the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. I thought it was a really good match to start off the show, and look forward to seeing what happens with The Miz and where Jeff Hardy goes from here with the United States Championship. Live chat. Let's see here. Lauren says, how does Miz beat Jeff clean, but Randy can't? I can't with WWE anymore. Fire creative, although Miz deserves it. Pretty much, yes. And your rant last night was epic, especially with Roman and Jinder. Thank you. It was a roll-up off the Swanton. Randy can't even kick out of it, nor can Triple H or CM Punk, but Miz can. Yeah, that is true. Nobody else can kick out of nobody else is able to follow it up but The Miz. I definitely understand your guys' beef about that. But still, I'm nothing against The Miz, pulling that off because I like The Miz. Also, they're doing are they really doing a tag team Money in the Bank match? Because I've heard rumors about it, and yes, they've seen the teasing, but they haven't really. I don't think they've officially announced it yet. Well, as far as I've come across it, but I'm not for it. I don't want to see a tag team Money in the Bank match. I think that's a little too much. I feel, the men's and women's, okay. Tag teams, though, not a huge fan of that. I hope that's not the case. Lauren's also kind of pissed off that Charlotte qualified for the women's Money in the Bank. Peyton deserved it. If Charlotte was going to get into there, I'd say, because I still feel that one of the Iconics should be in the Money in the Bank match for the women's. And personally, I felt that it should have been Peyton because I feel like I kind of like Peyton Royce a little bit more than Billie Kay. Billie Kay is all right, but I think Peyton Royce is a little bit better. So I would have rather seen Charlotte beat Billie and then have Peyton qualify some other way as well. But yeah, I'm okay with Charlotte being in Money in the Bank ladder match. I don't think she's going to win it. No Orton or Joe tonight. I couldn't believe that. I like the tag title matches. Look at the Hardy Boys, Edge, Christian, and the Dudley Boys. For the tag titles, yeah, definitely. But for a Money in the Bank contract to get involved with the tag team division, not too sure how I feel about that, honestly. Warren also said, not surprised Rusev defeated. Brian was kind of expecting it. Daniel and Rusev both deserve to be in the match, definitely. That's the best match in WrestleMania history. Yeah, definitely one of the best tag matches. Turn New Day heel or split them. They're childish. Yeah, they're starting to get old, but it won't be good. Do you think WWE is childish? Bring back TV 14. At times, yes, they definitely. I think they at least go back to either PG-13 or TV 14. Definitely, I think it's not this PG crap. Money in the Bank could be the best pay-per-view this year. Yeah, thanks for this. The thing about the CM Punk shirt. Again, I have 3 CM Punk shirts, but which I don't have the other 3. 3 of them, the other 2 are packed upstairs I packed upstairs for the summer, well, for the winter, but I'm probably gonna bring them out soon. But this out of the 3 I got for Christmas 2 years ago, which I called it Merry Punkmas, pretty much. Yeah, this one was my favorite Punk shirt. Imagine a Punk chance at Chicago. Oh, it's gonna happen. Jeff may still get in. I wonder what's gonna happen. The best match was the main event, and the worst was definitely the Becky and Mandy match, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. But yep, thanks for the stuff in the live chat. They're doing Becky dirty and Joe and Randy. Come on, Road Dogg. Yeah, definitely. all of them definitely deserve better booking than what they're getting. But at least they had a good show tonight. I mean, it would have been nice to definitely see, Orton and Joe, but at least still got a good show tonight. Anyways, backstage, we have Sheamus eating Lucky Charms. And Cesaro comes up asking what he's doing. Sheamus says the only thing that makes him feel better after losing to Xavier Woods last week is Lucky Charms. And Cesaro says he thought he had it, and Sheamus offers up an excuse. Cesaro says it would have been different if he were in the match, and Sheamus challenges him to do better. So Cesaro's for it, and no one's going to make a fool of the bar in two weeks in a row. On the same page, they fist bump, and Cesaro opens up his bag to see it full of pancakes. Sheamus is all giggle until he opens his bag and sees it full of pancakes as well. They dump out their bags, and they're pretty much pissed off. So instead of the match later on between Xavier Woods and Cesaro, we get a video package for Sandy yet again. Not sure when they're going to be coming up. I mean, we already got a video. We already were told that Andrade Cien Almas will be making his SmackDown Live debut next week also. So we'll be seeing him and Zelina Vega also next week. So that should be pretty good as well. Looking forward to seeing how Almas does on the main roster. Don't ruin WWE. And then we had Renee Young interviewing Shinsuke Nakamura, and he comes out and, it was mentioned that neither him or Styles are clear to compete tonight. But again, he says, sorry, no speak English. She says, we've heard him speak English before, and he admits that that's true, but he's forgotten it. And he's asked if there's anything like to say to AJ Styles. He says that's AJ's nuts, but so is he, and they're not finished. So, explaining that they're not finished because they have another low blow strike, which, yeah, I get it. At this point, I'll be honest. I mean, here's the thing. As I said before, they should have had a 5-star match at WrestleMania. They didn't, and it was more so just to be a match like set the table for a feud to continue, which not the biggest fan of that happening at WrestleMania because I feel like WrestleMania is like the big culmination of like all these big stories. I was fine with what they did at the Greatest Royal Rumble. I mean, I was fine with that, double count right there because if it had like it made both of them it didn't make them both look like idiots. I feel the way the double count out finish went, so it had left me wanting more. But the double low blows and then the count out, the double count out again after just Ethan got kicked in the nuts at Backlash. That kind of just killed like the momentum. I felt like what's next? Are we just going to see just a no holds barred match or something like that? I feel at this point. I mean, that's probably the best route to go. I mean, because I'm pretty sure I think it was Dakota who mentioned it in one of my in the other night that if they do last man standing, they both get counted out. So I mean, I'd say the best route would be probably no holds barred maybe or something like that, unless they want to do false count anywhere or something. That may not be a bad idea either. I'm not sure. Well, I don't know if there's any 10 counts in those either. So I'd say at least no holds barred. I'd say for their next match at Money in the Bank because they're not finished yet, guys. We have Carmella on a handicap promo bragging about she's beating Charlotte and she's going to party, but not in Baltimore. She's going to party next week in the United Kingdom with a royal celebration. So we're going to be getting that next week as well. Let's see here. Let's see here. What if Punk shows up at Money in the Bank? It would be awesome, but I'm not getting my hopes up. Brock will beat Punk's title record, sadly. No. He probably is because he had 400 days now. He's probably going to beat it. Lesnar isn't going to be at Money in the Bank. I'm not sure if he is. He doesn't like the McMahons. They have issues. Yep, Lesnar isn't going to Money in the Bank. Yeah, again, Brock doesn't have to show up. Brock show whenever he wants to. No DQ matches can't end in countouts. Definitely. Extreme Rules. Yeah, unfortunately. Oh, man. Yeah. What if they have well, I'd rather see Nakamura and Styles in an Extreme Rules match than Roman and Jinder. Again, I'm just begging that this Roman and Jinder thing is a one-off thing because I've already paid my money to go to Extreme Rules. I don't want to see Roman and Jinder. I didn't pay money to see Roman and Jinder fight in a match against each other. I'll see Roman fight in another match that's reasonable, at least, even if he's not going to put the right person up. I'd rather see that than him fight Jinder Mahal. But we're not going to talk about that. But Yeah, Ronda's the next Lesnar. Yeah, I'm starting to worry they're doing that. If she's not back, we'll catch you later. Roman versus Jinder for 3 months straight. It'll probably be the main event, Money in the Bank. Nope, no ideas. Nope, 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 no, 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 Dakota. No, 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 no. Do not give WWE any ideas. Lauren said she'll be back. Nakamura is facing Styles at Money in the Bank. Make it a ladder match. I mean, if we weren't already getting 2 ladder matches, I wouldn't mind that at all. I think that would be a good stipulation for Styles and Nakamura. But since we're already getting 2 Money in the Bank contract, maybe a third one of this tag team ladder match is true, then maybe not. But like Styles and Nakamura in a ladder match wouldn't be too bad of an idea. I like that, but maybe not Money in the Bank because we already have that many. And Shinsuke's new name is the Nutcracker. The Nutcracker, King of Low Blows, whatever the heck you want to call him now. Still mad that someone said that. I made the name King of Low Blows. Well, I'm not the one who strikes people in the balls for no reason whatsoever, like Nakamura does. But yeah, pretty much that. But yeah, I'll keep the stuff coming in the live chat, guys. Lauren said she'll be back later. We still have Dakota though, which is cool with me. So we have another handicap promo. Ty Dillinger talk about how he's going to win Money in the Bank. That's probably not going to happen, unfortunately. Naomi's saying the same thing as she promises to win and cash in to get her title back. Maybe she'll be in. I'm not sure. Then we have the Iconics come out, and Billy Kay starts. I was trying to say iconic. Iconics. Iconics. I feel like I'm talking just like Kay and Royce because they in their Australian accent. The Iconics. They have some positive news though. And she's still an inspiration about Charlotte, though. Peyton's Uncle Craig, or was it Billy's Uncle Craig, had an awful stutter in his whole life, but when he saw the look on Charlotte's face when she lost, that look sent him into hysterics. He laughed for an hour straight and even fell off the couch, you see, and it cured his stutter. Kay thanked Flair for that and says she wants to bottle the look and sell it as a fragrance called Disappointed by Charlotte. And Peyton tries to copy the look, but it's only funny when Charlotte does it. And Royce says she's going to make it happen again right now. The Money in the Bank briefcase is about the future, and the future is iconic. So we have this match. It was Charlotte versus Peyton Royce. Yeah, if Charlotte was going to be in the Money in the, I mean, if Charlotte was going to get into the Money in the Bank ladder match, I would have rather have had her face Billy Kay, because I said before, and I said this to Lauren earlier also, that I honestly felt that that I feel that one of the Iconics should be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but I still felt it should have been Peyton Royce over Billy Kay. I mean, no offense to Billy Kay, but I just like Peyton Royce just a little bit better. I think she's probably a little more suited for the challenge at this point than Billy. But it wasn't the case as Charlotte overcame the Iconics. I felt they still looked strong in the loss though. But decent match. Charlotte wins, and Charlotte is in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match now, along with Ember Moon so far. So that's what we have so far in the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. We get a recap also of what happened between Daniel Bryan and Big Cass. And then Bryan was interviewed backstage saying that the stakes are so high, you have to fight through your pain. But don't forget why Cass attacked him. He made the big man tap out. Last time on Money in the Bank, he cashed in on the Big Show to become champion right here in Baltimore, which was the same place where he cashed in, by the way. He's got a history of defying expectations, and tonight is no different. The bigger they are, the faster they tap. And then we got commentary piping up for the next match, which was Cesaro versus Xavier Woods before. Then we had a couple more handicap promos with Shelton Benjamin talking about how Money in the Bank is a match that he made famous for, which is true. He's been in a good amount of them, but he hasn't won one yet. He made famous. He's going to take the opportunity that he's been denied him. And Asuka gets on a promo about wanting to retrieve the briefcase as well and cash it in on Carmella as well. Then we have the match between wait, what? Cool. Pirates came back. They're in the lead now. Awesome. We had a match between Cesaro and Xavier Woods, which surprisingly was actually a pretty good match. I enjoyed this match, definitely. As I said how many times, I've been definitely impressed with how much Xavier Woods has improved as a singles wrestler. But of course, Cesaro got the win, which I like this because because it seemed like they are teasing a breakup between the Bar. And next week they announced that there's going to be a tag match between the New Day and the Bar. And the winning team picks one of their teammates to go to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. So it's a qualifying match, but the winning team gets to pick who's going to be in that match. I mean, it's very interesting the fact that, they could pick the New Day could win, and they could, decide, it could lead to maybe a breakup between the New Days. I'm starting to definitely think that I think New Day, for now at least, has run its course. I feel like it may be time for him to split up and like give Big E, a heel singles run as well, because as I keep saying, even like when he first came up, when I first started watching back in like late 2012 or early 2013, I really think Big E has great singles potential. If not, though, then if the Bar wins it, I definitely would, of course, want to see Cesaro get in that Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, I have an idea for a match of Money in the Bank, though, for a non-title match, but I'll mention at the end because it could go two ways, I feel, for this. Let's see what we have here. What if they make a ladder match for a Money in the Bank for the WWE title, and they both take the title down at the same time? That would be weird if they did that. Carmella's getting annoying now. How does she beat Charlotte clean? Yeah, I mean, again, I am worried that they're going to have Carmella turn into just a big mouth who just constantly talks, and before you know, she's going to get white heat. But not there yet. Still like Carmella, but I definitely don't want her to become too much yet. Next Tuesday the Bar. Yeah, let's talk about that. Xavier Woods' mouth pouring the blood. Yes, I saw that. And he thinks that Sheamus is going to be the one turning face. I mean, he could, but I mean, I personally would prefer Cesaro at this point because I think Cesaro is definitely. I mean, I like Sheamus also. I feel like Cesaro is a little more popular than Sheamus. I think Sheamus works better as a heel. I'm sorry, I would honestly rather see Cesaro as the babyface to gain the reaction. Maybe this could lead him to getting into the world title opportunity he just has long deserves. I mean, heck, we can see a match between him and Styles, or even if he turns face, Cesaro and Nakamura could be an awesome match also as well. I mean, Sheamus, I have nothing against Sheamus, but I just feel like that he's not definitely the more popular pick, I feel, in this situation, in short. But I feel like he definitely works better as a heel, in my honest opinion, though. But that's fine if you feel that way, Dakota, completely fine. We had that match happen. And then speaking of AJ Styles, he was interviewed backstage with that wound on his cheek, looking like a giant hickey. He admits he got away from good taste by stooping to Nakamura's level. But since Shinsuke isn't done with him, he's not done either. And if Shinsuke has the guts to step back into the ring with him, he'll finish it. He might be the king of low blows, which again, I came up with that. But this is the house that AJ Styles built. So we're most likely getting another match between Nakamura and Styles at Money in the Bank. I'm not sure it's going to go there because I remember before the brand split happened, it was advertised that Extreme Rules at first was going to have a triple threat match for the championship between Styles, Nakamura, and Baron Corbin. But Corbin's over on Raw now, so that's probably not happening. It seems like the WWE wants to drag this feud out until SummerSlam, but I feel like this is a feud that it's meant to have like the eventual big 5-star match, which may or may not happen in WWE since New Japan Pro Wrestling knows how to write stories better than the WWE does these days. But I feel like this wasn't a feud that was meant to just pretty much start at WrestleMania, set the table for all these B shows. Well, Money in the Bank's technically not really a B show. I feel like they're trying to. I feel like they're trying to get this feud to get to at least to get to SummerSlam. I feel like if that was the case, then you shouldn't have had a match at the Greatest Royal Rumble. At least I feel like if you would have done what you did at the Greatest Royal Rumble at Backlash, that would have been good, and then maybe have something there. But I feel like I mean, if Joe would have won, of course, I would have said do a triple threat Money in the Bank with Joe, Styles, and Nakamura, and then somehow set up for the final matches at SummerSlam. But it doesn't look like that. That's where we're going to be going. So we'll see what happens though with this. And then we have this really strange promo though. with the Bludgeon Brothers, Rowan saying that they have their own set of toys and he'd like us to come play with them. And Harper says they're waiting and they smash the camera with their hammers. So, we'll see who comes after them next for the SmackDown tag titles. Then we have Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville pep talking each other. When Paige comes up, reminds them that Absolution is dead. And they point out that she's not their mom and they won't abandon each other. Paige says she would have given them a heads up if she knew that because Sonya is banned from ringside. She wanted this to be just a regular one-on-one match with Mandy Rose and Becky Lynch. And finally, I don't know if they'll use the same theme song they used for her down at NXT because that wasn't too bad for Sonya Deville. But finally, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville have their own theme music. And Sonya, Sonya's was, they used the one she did in NXT, wasn't bad. But Mandy's, woo! Can I say it really, really fits with her look? It's obvious that Mandy has the look. But I definitely think also her wrestling is, it needs to improve a little bit. I think she's still closer, I feel, than Sonya is, in my honest opinion. But we had this match, definitely probably the lowest point of the show, though. Becky Lynch versus Mandy Rose. It was a short match, but nice to give these women a little more time. But Mandy gets a one-on-one win. So it kind of raises a little bit of attention to Mandy Rose, I feel. So, we'll see what happens going forward. I don't know if somehow they'll have Paige will set up a match between. I can see maybe Paige set up a match between the two of them at Money in the Bank for like a pre-show match, maybe, or something like that. I'm not sure how that would work. But maybe that's the case. It's probably get these two started with a singles career. I'll see what happens. This could lead to something good. At least it feels like it's something fresh for them, and not just the Riot Squad going over to Raw and just doing the same exact thing that Absolution did. So I'll give this a chance. I won't look. Yes, the match is probably the lowest point of the show it had, but I'm interested to see where Mandy goes for a singles. I'm definitely interested in Mandy Rose. Sonya though, not as much, but we'll see what happens. Prove me wrong, WWE. Prove me wrong. So we got that, and then we got that. The girl thinks both could turn face. He said it would be weird if they both took it down at the same time, but we are talking about, pretty much. Mandy is definitely hot. And so is Becky. Becky is losing so much because she is going to win the briefcase and look like an underdog. Wonder how they would get there though at this point since she lost to Mandy. But I thought that definitely Becky was definitely a choice to be in Money in the Bank also. But I wonder how they're going to do that now that she lost tonight to Mandy Rose. But once again, wins and losses don't matter. Just asking whoever was writing Raw, because Bobby Roode last night finally beat Elias after Elias beat him twice, and he thinks he can get into the Money in the Bank ladder match now because he finally beat Elias. Didn't make any sense. But we had that happen. And then we had a commentary package recapping Daniel Bryan's history with the Money in the Bank briefcase and just advertising for the main event also tonight. We also got the advertising for next week's match between the New Day and the Bar. A qualifying match for the winner. We'll have one person from their team participate in the match. And plus, we'll also have Andrade Cien Almas make his SmackDown Live debut. Then we got our main event. Aiden English comes out singing his usual, introduction for Rusev Day. So we had that happen and against Daniel Bryan. Pretty good match, I thought, but I think these two definitely, brought out the best in each other. I actually could say, Daniel Bryan Big Cass's match was decent. It could have been a little bit better than it was at Backlash. But I personally thought this match was even better than that. A lot of good counters. The crowd was really into this match. These two definitely fan favorites also. And it looked like Daniel Bryan was in line to hit Rusev with the running knee, because a couple times he was taking out both Rusev and Aiden English also. But then Rusev caught him, though, and he was with a Machka kick. And just for the first time in I don't know how long, but Rusev won clean. So I'm like, okay, I was for either one of these guys winning the match, because we all know, again, how much, of a Daniel Bryan fan I am. But also, I wouldn't mind seeing Rusev win this also to give him momentum going, because, I'm not that fan who's like, I don't care about Daniel Bryan, and that's it. No, Daniel Bryan's my favorite. Yes, I'm glad he's back and wrestling full-time again. I didn't expect him to be full-time wrestling again. But I want to definitely see other superstars grow. Also, I mean, I would love to see Daniel Bryan win the WWE Championship again someday. But I'm not gonna be the guy who just wants Daniel Bryan to hog the spotlight all the time either. But so yeah, I mean, I'm happy that Daniel Bryan won it. And also the psychology, Rusev did taking advantage of Daniel Bryan's weak spot since he was beat down by Big Cass also after the match on Sunday night. So that was definitely great work there by Rusev. And then we have him sits on the apron. And he, of course, he seems disappointed. He missed out his opportunities. The fans chant Daniel Bryan with a silence. So, obviously, Daniel Bryan's going to get his revenge on Big Cass because, he definitely, slowed him up pretty much for what happened. So now I want to say this. So I think this could either happen. The stipulation could either be for a Daniel Bryan Big Cass match at Money in the Bank, or it was this. I would like to see some. I want to decide to put it in my predicted match cards. I want to make my predicted match card for TakeOver Chicago 2 and for Money in the Bank this week. I want to make both of those predicted match cards sometime this week. So my thing is I want to see a match involving the winner replaces that person in the Money in the Bank. I thought they could do it with Sasha and Bayley, that as a possibility for the women's, but I don't foresee that happening at this point. I feel they can do that. Like, what if somehow, Big Cass and Daniel? Well, I feel like it wouldn't quite work for Big Cass and Daniel Bryan because, that was, no offense, that would kind of make Daniel Bryan look like a sore loser who's blaming, Big Cass for, weakening him and wasn't able to participate in the match. So, I mean, obviously, he's going to get some type of revenge about Big Cass either way. Or, I feel that the Bar should win next week and have Sheamus and Cesaro be the one. I'll go with them. Sheamus and Cesaro, the Bar, will win that qualifying match next week, but they'll argue over who should be in the match. And they'll settle it at Money in the Bank. Like the opening match of the show, Sheamus and Cesaro, the winner gets the last spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think that it would definitely leave like an interesting match and definitely could help put Cesaro over also as well. I mean, again, I'll be okay if Sheamus would win, but again, I would much rather see Cesaro because Cesaro just finally deserves that main event spotlight. And I think he can finally get it with being on SmackDown Live, definitely, and becoming a single star. So that's my long-term idea there. But I think we're definitely going to see another match with Daniel Bryan and Big Cass at Money in the Bank, because I do think it's going to eventually lead to a match between Daniel Bryan and The Miz at SummerSlam. So with that, guys, that's pretty much it. Do we have anything going on in the live chat right here? Do you think Andrade will face jobbers? Maybe a couple of just a couple local talents for the first couple weeks, but I definitely wouldn't mind seeing them get him going also against a reasonable talent also. That was shocking. The best match of the night was Miz and Hardy, definitely. When you doing a top 10 list? Well, I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely want to do some type of special live stream again, either Thursday or Friday this week again. But I feel like I either might do that or maybe I'll do a rant video for the heck of it. I'm not sure what on it, but maybe I'll either do a top 10 or a rant video for the heck of it. Also, the saddest breakup was the Shield. I think WWE needs to make a dominate stable again like Nexus was. Yeah, except they actually put over Nexus properly. Like they definitely should have. But yeah, I still remember that night the Shield broke up. Me, dude, I still to this day do not know why. I mean, I'm not upset it was, but I still for some reason did not think it was going to be Rollins breaking up the Shield. I don't know why. He was the last of the three of them. I mean, I felt kind of either way. Ambrose's crazy attitude, Rowan with him being like, the muscle of the Shield, probably thinking he's like, the biggest threat, which, could work for him in the long run at having a singles heel run. But yeah, I would, for the life of me, was still surprised that it was Rollins who did the turn. Yes. Put Hardy against Bryan, okay, with Big Cass costing Bryan the match, possibly. So Jeff gets in Money in the Bank. I mean, if there's like a second chance match, I mean, we could maybe see that happen. Before that, possibly, we could see what happens there. But yeah, so I mean, I'll let Dakota, and if Lauren comes back or anybody else joins the live chat, give them a couple more minutes to leave any more thoughts in the live chat. But while waiting, I'll go to the polls on Twitter. I have 2 polls tonight. Let's just refresh this page really quickly here and just see and know that nothing changed. All right, so 8 votes for what grade would you give this week's episode of SmackDown Live? A, B, C, or D? 8 votes. Nobody said D. 13% said C, 63% said B, 25% said A. And what show did you enjoy more this week, Raw or SmackDown Live? 11 votes, 9% Raw, 91% SmackDown Live. I think it's pretty darn obvious, for my opinion, also that SmackDown Live definitely took the cake this week for the best show. It was better than Raw and Backlash combined. I mean, Road Dogg's probably still in charge of writing a show, but the fresh talents on there, hats off. Jinder Mahal's not on SmackDown Live anymore. Unfortunately, that's probably also why Raw tanked, because they're not sending Jinder back to catering. But yeah, so I'm giving SmackDown a solid B tonight. A really good show. I really enjoyed it again. It definitely got me excited again, because after Backlash and last night's Raw, I was pissed. And y'all knew that, because I ranted in that review last night, and I also ranted in my Backlash review on Monday morning also. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's pretty much it for this live review of SmackDown Live. Again, I will watch 205 Live later on, review that first thing in the morning, and I'll review NXT sometime tomorrow night. Dakota's giving SmackDown Live an A, Raw a C. Yeah, I gave SmackDown a B, and I gave Raw a C- because of the annoying commentary as well. I mean, yeah, there wasn't really too much I really didn't dislike. I mean, Paige's promo was a little bit, she seemed a little bit off in the promo, but it was still okay. And then definitely the Becky and Mandy thing was definitely probably the lowest point in that, but still wasn't really an awful match either. But again, overall, a good show. Thank you again to Dakota and Lauren for joining me in the live chat as always. So again, I'll do 205 Live review tomorrow when I first get up. NXT review also sometime tomorrow night. I'll do some type of special live stream this weekend, either another top 10, or maybe I'll do a little rant video or something like that. Since apparently, once again, I'm entertaining with my rants. So maybe I'll do that. And we'll see what happens. I'll definitely do one of them either Thursday or Friday. We'll see what happens. And then just any odds and ends. I'm still trying to get my Patch to Hall and Two for Let's Play going, because I've been dragging my feet on that. I need to get back to doing the SummerSlam retro reviews also. I definitely, my goal is to get those done before SummerSlam. I've only watched 2 so far. But yeah, as always, if you have any other suggestions, guys, for any video topics as well, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. As always, be sure to click my like and subscribe to this channel, and follow me on Twitter as well at TheManAirBoy93. Guys, I'm checking out. It's been fun, but I'm going to be checking out now. So guys, until then, see you later. And as always, happy Rusev Day!